29, 30 years old, something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, and he's a good pitcher. Like we saw him take massive improvements this year, especially at the end of the season. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 450 Dead Center channel. Chris here with Daniel.
Hello.
And he's wearing a Jays jersey. I'm actually not. Oh no, I didn't come prepared. I'm wearing a black.
Chris.
I'm wearing a
you
black.
know I
shirt.
always have to wear a jersey in every video.
I know. You can see my Blue Jays jersey behind me, along with my Ferrari shirt.
Fine, I guess that's acceptable.
And my Vladdy home run bobblehead. So it's acceptable, right? Yeah. But today, as you guys can tell from the title and thumbnail, and probably the comments or something in the description of the video, we're talking about Steven Matz, Robbie Ray, and Marcus Simeon, and what we think is the biggest priority for the Jays to re-sign. Daniel?
You want to go? Who do you think the biggest is off the start?
Well, before we start, I want to say, if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more epically epic, super duper epic baseball content like this. And with that being said, yeah, Daniel, what do you got to say? I think you can start.
Oh, smooth, by the way. But
thanks. I put my mic like right.
I
in my
feel
mouth.
like obviously. Well, let's get Steven Matz out of the way first, because I feel like he's.
Before we start, quick coffee sip.
Oh my god. But let's get Steven Matz out of the way once you're done your coffee here.
That was delicious. Tim Hortons.
Because I feel like he's gonna be the cheapest out of the three.
For sure, 100%.
And I feel like he's probably the most likely to come back.
Yeah, do you think he'll be on some type of Robbie Ray-ish deal, or are you thinking more like qualifying offer type range?
I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know, like, what do you mean Robbie Ray's deal now, or Robbie Ray's deal that he's gonna get?
Like a 1 year prove
Oh, a 1
deal.
year.
Yeah, one of those.
I feel like it's gonna be more of like a Tanner Roark deal.
You mean like a 3 year? Wait,
like a 2 year.
2 year.
2 year, 18 million roughly kind of thing, or 2 year, 19 million kind of thing.
I also wouldn't.
Going off.
All good. I also wouldn't be surprised if we give him just a qualifying offer, because if he declines that, then we get a draft pick, and if he accepts it, we get a year of 18.9 million of Steven Matz, which is not
true.
Bad. So
that's true, but I feel like they want to
qualifying offer.
I think they're definitely going to qualify offer him, like, for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll sign that. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's going to come back on a multi-year deal, because Steven Matz is still kind of young. Like, you got to remember, he's only 29, 30 years old, something like that. I don't really
remember. Yeah, but yeah, and he's a good pitcher. Like, we saw him take massive improvements this year, and especially at the end of the season. And now if he can get a full off season working with Pete Walker, who knows? Maybe he'll be the next Robbie Ray for this team.
I mean, he's very, like, he very well could. And you got to remember, at the start of the year, Steven Matz was the Jays' best pitcher.
Yeah, no, he was.
Right? There was a span of, I think, probably like 2 weeks where he was untouchable. And then it just kind of got injured and, you know.
Yeah. But still, like, I mean, now, like, it's kind of funny how we look at our starting rotation from the beginning of the year when we're like, okay, we got TJ Zoic starting, let's go, to now we're like, ugh, Ryu starting? Oh my goodness. It's kind of weird, but
I know it's weird. If you told me at the start of 2021 that we'd have Jose Barrios in the team, I'd kind of like wouldn't believe it. But now,
I mean, that was kind of like one of my fantasies at the start of the year.
Yeah,
I like Jose
it was
Barrios.
like it's like a fantasy wish list kind of thing that you make. But now it's like it's real, and this lineup, I don't even lineup this lineup plus the pitching staff is like, okay, hang on a second. Lineup plus the starting rotation is like super solid if it stays together.
Yeah. And speaking of starting rotation, Robbie Ray. I think that's probably the biggest, like, question mark. Maybe him and Simeon,
100%.
Obviously. What do you think?
The
do you
debate,
think we're going to
Chris,
re-sign him?
Debate before we get into that. Would you rather have Ray or Simeon back? Because that's the other big fish, right? No denying it.
Like, at the end of the year, like, literally the day we lost to, well, we beat the Orioles, but then Washington choked to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, full on board the Robbie Ray train and all that. But then there's reports of people saying that Robbie Ray is like a full 100% pitcher. He's probably like every pitch is like maximum effort. You mean the guy's like grunting up a storm. So is that really durable for a 3 or 4 year type contract compared to a Marcus Simeon type player who gives you what 7 wins above replacement, and he plays 162 almost MVP caliber. I'm really torn now to see who I want, Marcus Simeon or Robbie Ray. I'm still leaning towards Ray, but I am a lot closer than I was before.
See, I can like I get that.
Hmm.
It's just starting pitching is like way too hard to find.
That's the
You know
main
what I mean?
reason
Like
why
even
I
like
want Robbie
half
Ray.
decent started pitching in the MLB is like really tough to find. So even if you got to overpay a little bit for Robbie Ray, I'd still rather one out of every 5 days Robbie Ray's out there and he's on the mound and I'm like, okay, we have a really good shot to win, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but
Um,
it's just that I don't know. That
either
thing did
way,
get to me.
we're gonna get a draft pick if they both don't resign
Oh
here.
yeah, we're definitely gonna give him qualifying offers because that's just what happens in the MLB. If
Oh,
like
100% we're
even
getting
Mike
a
Trout
draft
will
pick.
get a Mike Trout will get a qualifying offer, and after his 20 years of free agency and all that. So and then he'll
Yeah.
obviously decline it, and then Angels will get a draft pick. That's just how it works. That's kind of stupid,
But
but
it'll be like it's nice because we'll get a nice draft pick too, especially if Semyon. Because
what are they?
okay,
Aren't they
honestly,
compensation
I feel
picks?
like Ray's gonna resign here. I really do because I think he loves Pete Walker,
Who doesn't? I love Pete
right?
Walker.
And I think he loved Toronto. He loved you. You just could see it on the mound from him pitching in Buffalo to him pitching here. Like the emotions were totally different.
Oh yeah. I mean
I
the
don't know if
emotions for
you
the
got the same
entire
feeling, but
the emotions from the entire team was different. Like
yes,
coming to Toronto, I mean Charlie Montoya was crying. So, yeah.
yeah. I mean,
I mean,
and that
oh
just
yeah,
kind of sums up how emotional that return was, I guess you can call it. But
yeah. And
I
then
mean,
what
as
about
for the
Marcus
offer for
Simeon?
Robbie Ray,
Yeah,
I heard somewhere in the 100 million he's gonna get.
I feel like he'll get maybe like 5 years,
Yeah, I hear it's gonna be
125,
like a Zach Wheeler
130.
type deal where it's like
Yeah,
4 or 5 years at 100 million.
yeah. I just don't know how durable he's gonna be, and I mean, I could be completely wrong, and he's gonna be completely fine in that 5 year span. Maybe as long as he doesn't fall down the stairs again, like he'll be okay. But you never know. I mean, I would if the Jays signed Robbie Ray for a 5 year deal. Like, I'm not gonna say, "Wow, this sucks." Like, it's Robbie Ray. He's amazing. So
I
either
mean,
way,
the
I'll
thing
be
is, you
happy.
also gotta think about like their future contracts, right?
Hmm.
Because Vlad it has to stay in Toronto, and he's coming up soon for arbitration, which isn't the worst thing, but still, it's like
He's gonna make more and more
you
every
rather
year.
lock him up long term, right? Same with
Yep.
Bo, same with Teoscar.
Yeah, Teoscar's actually gonna be a really complicated name to talk about because I mean, what is he, 28 or 29 right now?
He's
And
still young.
he's in the prime of
Well,
his career, but he's gonna
yeah.
cost a lot considering what he's done the last 2 seasons. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually leaves the team or if we trade him away this offseason, which is a whole different story in a different video we'll talk about. But
I
yeah,
think they'd have to it has to be pretty drastic for them to trade Teoscar right now. But
yeah.
let's get back on track here with Ray.
Ru-
Like
mhm.
his I really feel like he's gonna be a Zach Wheeler type deal.
I mean, did you see what Zach Wheeler did this year? Like, amazing.
I know it, and you're like, I mean, at the start of the year, Zach Wheeler was. I don't. Did he finish the year good? I don't even remember. I
I'm
stopped
not really.
following
It
the.
wasn't as good as he started the year because it was usually it was like him and Degrom Cy Young race. Obviously, Degrom was
Yeah,
in the
and
lead,
then
but
see, but even if Ray can do like that, you know what I mean?
even if Ray did what like Steven Matz did at the end of the year, I'd be okay with that for 5 consecutive years.
Because that's 5 times a pitcher's gonna like go out there and shove,
Hmm.
and they're gonna give you a really good shot to win. That's all you
Yeah,
need,
and
really.
don't forget Robbie Ray is like the highest strikeout per nine in like MLB history.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get you strikeouts. So fantasy people who love fantasy, pick up Robbie Ray. Just saying, he might be #1 pick next year.
Okay, there. Okay.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
feel
be
like
fun.
100 million is probably the like floor of what he's gonna get. He could honestly get upwards to the 120.
Yeah, I was thinking like 5 years, 120, or even just 4 years,
Yeah.
100 million if no one wants to give him five,
Well, I
because
was
that's
listening to
still.
Tim and Friends, right? And they predicted a 5 year 110 offer.
No, I think that's completely reasonable. Because what is he, 30? I think he's 29,
30, it'd be
30.
35 when he's done, which is still like
I mean, Max Scherzer's
average for
about
a
40,
pitcher.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I mean, we still haven't even talked about Marcus Simeon yet. Like he's gonna get a lot of money. I don't know if there's gonna be some sort of like shortstop discount because there's so many on the market this year, but he's gonna get paid. Let's
See, if
be
he
honest.
goes in as a shortstop, I think he makes less money. But if he
You
goes in
think
as a
so?
second baseman, I think he makes more money.
Yeah, but I feel like he will go in as a shortstop because he says he is a shortstop.
I
That's the
think it
thing.
depends. Well, let's be real. He's not the top two. I don't think personally he's the top two free agent right now in
No,
shortstop.
I mean, after the end of this year, just performance wise, yes, but not like throughout his whole career. Definitely
Yes, I
not a
think
top
Trevor
two.
Story is probably number one right now for everyone because let's be real, he's not going back to Colorado. Sorry, Colorado fans.
Yeah, sorry, Colorado. They didn't even give.
And
I mean, they'll give him a qualifying offer though, so that's important.
yeah, they're gonna get a draft pick, which is nice.
Yeah,
And
thank God.
Carlos Correa has already said he's not going back to the Astros. So
Man, he's gonna get paid, and I just got a feeling he's gonna go to the Yankees. I don't want him to,
and
but I feel
Corey
like it.
Seager's also up, right?
Yeah, he'll be up too. And out of everybody in this entire shortstop free agency, like him, Javier Baez, Simeon, Seager, Corey,
I
all
forgot
these
about
other dudes,
Baez.
Trevor Story, who do you think is gonna get like who would you want most out of all of those guys? Because I have my opinion. I just want to hear yours.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about like price
Hmm.
because obviously, I'm gonna say like if this was like no salary cap, we had unlimited money. Obviously, I'm gonna say Trevor Story, right? Because I think he's the best one out there right now.
Yeah, the
But
reason he had a down year is because there's nobody in Colorado to protect him
exactly,
in
he
the
had no
lineup.
protection, right? So
Hmm.
if you put him in a lineup with half decent protection, he's gonna put up literally MVP type numbers. But
Put him in
when you got to
Toronto.
think about that,
Whew.
Trevor Story is gonna make at least, I would
200.
say 200 million,
Yeah, I feel like Carlos Correa is going to be in that 200 million range as
right?
well.
So and the Jays just can't afford that right now.
We can't. And I would say my number one out of all these shortstops, as much as I'd love Marcus Simeon, I would say Corey Seager. He would fit in so well with
The
this team.
thing is, though, I think Corey Seager is going to make 200 million as well.
He could, but the
I think
guy
the
is
only
made out of
guy in that
glass.
thing that doesn't make 200 million is Marcus Simeon.
Yeah, I
And
could
I
see
think
that. No,
Simeon makes
Javier
somewhere
Baez as
between
well.
150 and 180,
Yeah, Javier Baez is not going to make that much either. Well, he'll make a
right?
lot,
And
but not as much.
okay, well,
Hmm.
I mean, Baez is Baez.
He's
Like,
definitely
I
the
don't
worst
know.
one
You
out
either
of all
love
of
him
them.
or hate him, and I'd rather
I
have Simeon.
100%. I don't want a guy who strikes out half the time.
Exactly. At least Simeon puts the ball in play. But I mean, that's it. Like, at the end of the day, you got to look at your money, right? Because, like we talked about, Vlad's coming up soon. Hey, Oscar's coming up soon. Bo's coming up soon. Manoa is coming. Like, he's still a rookie now, but you got to think down
5
the road
years.
he's going to
Yeah,
come
5
up,
years.
right?
Yeah, but in that
Pearson.
time, like Springer's contract will be finished, Ryu's will
Yeah.
be gone, so
Romano's going to be
it'll be
arbitration
expensive.
soon.
Like I honestly, I see no way that Romano leaves Toronto, which is
Oh,
nice
I
because
don't think so. I think
he's from
he's a
Markham,
lock.
so he's a lock. Yeah,
I think Steven Matz is almost a lock to come back as long as they give him the money he wants,
hmm
which I feel like it's gonna be somewhere between 18 and 25 million a year, which is like not bad.
yeah. So then going back to like the point of this video, in order from like 1 to 3, like Steven Matz, Robbie Ray, Marcus Simeon, what would you say is your biggest priority to re-sign in the off season?
Oh, in order it'd be Ray, Matz, Simeon.
Okay, I was gonna say actually Matt's Ray Simeon. Not gonna lie, because I think Matt's would probably be the easiest one. Because like we have other starters as well. Obviously, like we got Barrios, Ryu, Manoa,
Yeah,
Pearson, I guess, and
that's
then
another one.
Matt.
Barrios is also like free agency next year.
Yeah, I feel like we could even talk free agency like kind of contract extensions too. Like that's
Oh
something
yeah,
that'll come up in the
good
off season
video,
as well.
good video.
Yeah,
To come
another
up
video
with.
topic. Who to extend?
But
Yeah.
yeah, no, you're definitely right. Steven Matz is the easiest, 100% to resign. As of team impact, I feel like Ray's number one.
Yeah, Ray or Simeon definitely obviously
And
take
the
the cake
only
on
reason
that.
I'm putting Simeon last and then you put him last too, and I think you'll agree, is that we have so much infield depth.
And
And
there
it's not
also is
hard to go
so
get
much more infield depth on the free agency
exactly. And it's
market.
not hard to go get like I don't want to say a depth infielder, but like a solid infielder,
Yeah, the
right?
thing
Who
is,
can hit you
like,
like 250 and play really good D.
yeah, and something I also heard in the kind of trade market is Jose Ramirez is up in the trade market, and the Jays have a connection with him, obviously, because Shapiro and Atkins. And if we can get someone like Jose Ramirez, we can shift like Santi and Cavan to like second, kind of rotate all that. So then we really don't need Marcus Simeon because we're literally getting a better version of him, and that
Yeah.
plays third base. So,
And honestly, I know they did try to get Ramirez at the deadline.
imagine if we got him. Holy cow. Ooh.
They tried, but
Oh my god. Yeah.
we'll just have to wait and see. I'm really interested to see what this offseason does, because I know last year, which by the way, we're coming up on 1 year of doing YouTube, which is kind of cool in
What's up?
10 days. So that's
300
cool.
almost 400 subscribers in 1 year.
I know,
Not
that's
bad.
pretty cool. In
Not
10
bad.
days, the 29th.
Oh yeah, because
so.
we recorded the first video right after Blake Snell got pulled.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But I was gonna say the last season we held the opinion like this is the most important offseason for the Jays, blah 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 blah. But really, I feel like it's this one now because
Well, every year going on and on is going to get more and more important.
yes, exactly. But this one, I feel like there's just a lot to prove.
There's so
You know what I
much
mean?
to prove. Yeah.
They missed the playoffs by, let's say, a point. Like, you know what I mean? Like they missed it by half a game.
No, yeah, seriously.
They had 3 like breakout players this year in Vlad, Simeon, and Robbie Ray.
And Manoah,
Alex
too.
Manoah is gonna win Rookie of the Year. Like they had they had the
He's
best
not.
lineup in
He should,
baseball.
though.
They had all this stuff going on
Mhm.
that if they go a step back now and don't make the playoffs again, I don't know what you
Well,
want. Like I don't
the
know what
only
to
way
say.
I can see us not making the playoffs next year is if the Yankees, the Orioles, oh, not the Orioles, the Yankees, the Rays, and the Red Sox all are 100-win teams. But then we could also be in a 100-win team. But there's never been a season with 400-win teams in a division because they usually end up beating up on each other because you play 19 games against each. But we'll see next year. It'll be crazy.
You say that, but look we could have another like division like we had this year where every team is like 95 wins roughly, 90
And the
wins.
Orioles, yeah.
Right? And then the Orioles. But like give them a couple years, they'll be up there too in
Oh god.
and I
AL
mean,
East.
there's also the new player agreement that's going to come out, so maybe that'll help us if they get the wild card, not the wild card.
Oh wait, yeah, they might even change
playoffs,
the playoff format, yeah.
right? So we'll see. But as for like the Jays' productivity, they need to do well this offseason. I'm not saying you have to sign like big free agents again, but you gotta address your issues.
Well,
And
I mean,
one of your issues was pitching, right?
Have you heard what Shapiro said?
He did. I heard where he said he's gonna spend money, so I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I mean, we all expected that anyway, so.
We expected it, but I mean, one of your issues is pitching, and I'd say you have to get at least one of Ray or Matt's.
Yeah, no, agreed, 100%. So, I mean, we've been rambling for 17 minutes right now. So,
oh, wow, that's
I
impressive.
Know.
So,
impressive, yeah.
Let me do the outro here, Chris.
Go ahead.
I'll do a little ASMR for everyone, but I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Welcome to probably going to be 4:50 Saturdays because that's just the easiest for us to post. So
yeah, pretty much. Because I
enjoy
barely
seeing
work
this on
Saturday,
and we'll see you guys all next week. Take care.
Goodbye.